moon time, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous sunrise, as you can probably guess. And in the last, I guess, 24 hours or so, I've come up against some situations where, not me personally, but noticing or remembering that people can struggle with communication, and thus the reason for conflicts. Okay, so I just turned down my radio this morning, and just hearing about, apparently the president right now is making, I don't want to say making fun of, but basically hurling insults at a group of people because he's trying to hide the fact that he has done some bad things or new bad things lately. Okay, and it makes me remember that there are some people who are in relationships with partners that do that kind of thing. Okay, so that's kind of what it really just kind of made me think automatically. It's like, if you try to address, I was going to say the word confront. So again, what wording you use is important. When you try to address a situation and you try to make it right and you try to work on it, and the other party or other person does not have the communication skills, they're going to do certain things that, because they don't have the communication skills to do the work, makes it really hard, you know? So for one thing, yeah, insulting people or trying to distract, like, well, look over there, look at what they're doing. It's very childish because that's what children do. And that's the other thing that happened in the last 24 hours. Like, we've had some kids have some conflicts since my teaching partner came back. And it's kind of funny. I hate to say this. She said, like, is it me? And I was like, it might be. Only in that I don't think she invests enough time to help them develop communication skills for themselves necessarily. She's working on it, you know, it takes time. But yeah. And like I said, even if our current president is trying to make fun of people that he doesn't like and insult people he doesn't like, because he's trying to avoid the fact that he did some bad stuff and he's continuing to do bad things, it's like, that's not helpful at the very least, right? And that's not good communication, because, you know, people like him never had to account for anything. And I think that's the other aspect of it. As we all learn to be better communicators, there are some people who will be left behind because either they don't choose to try, or the other aspect happens. They are too embarrassed to go into that, because that means you're going to have to be accountable for some things. You're going to have to face the fact that people know, and they're going to call you out on some stuff, and whether they require an apology or some kind of amends, like, right? And one little girl that I was working with yesterday, which I'm going to probably continue to work with on that, is that she was expecting, you know, something happened, and yeah, she had every right to call that person in rather than call out, to call in and let them know that you did something that harmed me, right? And so she expecting that person to say, I'm sorry. And I kind of explained to her, it's like, I mean, what do you really truly want in this? And this is, I've had restorative justice training, by the way. So I asked her, what is it that you truly want? Do you want the behavior to change, or do you just want that person to say those two words and probably tomorrow they'll do it again because they didn't really mean it and they just said the words? You know, and when I put it to her that way, then she was a little bit more okay with it. It's like, well, time will tell if that person will change their behavior. But if you're just looking for them to say the words, I'm sorry, that doesn't guarantee that their behavior is going to change. And most times when we communicate and we learn and work on communication skills, we want to get a message to the other person, hopefully. And again, it is their choice, so that they can make an informed decision on how they want to respond to you, right? We don't want reactions. So when people insult folks or physically harm them or yell at them or whatever, they're trying to communicate, obviously, some harm being done, right? And some people think that that's a way to get back at somebody, but it doesn't change the behavior. So like I said, our current president, what we want, current president, is not for you to like kill people, harm people, and starve people, you know? And his response is, oh, well, I'm gonna have you investigated, or they are smelly and stinky and they're from like really bad countries. And I'm like, what? But like I said, he is of a generation, and I can't blame the whole generation, but he is of a aspect of a generation, of a sector of it, that have poor to no communication skills because they've never had to be accountable for what they do. No accountability. Okay? Like, how dare you question me? Because, you know, of other aspects, I'm sure, you know. But that's, you know, that's my take on it right now. And I'm sure he's going to try to insult some more people so he can avoid the fact that he's like harming people more, because that's what people like him do. Okay? But the more, you know, the more we talk about it, hopefully the more we learn, more people learn how to have real communication skills. That's my hope. Okay? With that, I'm going to say take care, because I don't want to be late for work now. Okay, bye. Like and subscribe. Yes.